and welcome to, I almost said January favorites video. January just started, so this is my December favorites video. So this is like holistic items, witchy items, spiritual items, all that good stuff. I just have a handful of items this go around because it was December, it's my birthday month, we had the holidays, and so I was kind of really busy with like family stuff. So there wasn't really a lot of time for like personal stuff as far as like reading and holistic stuff. But there are some things I was reaching for a lot during the month of December, and so I'm going to share those with you guys. And links for things will be down in the description if you are interested in purchasing any of these items yourself, because they're awesome. And not all of these are like affiliate links or anything. Several of these items, like, I don't get commission for them or anything. I just share the things that I love with you guys. So the first thing we're going to talk about is this book, The Goddess Companion. I love this book. I love it, love it. I'm basically a sucker for, like, any book that either, one, you can, like, open it and just, like, flip to any page and receive guidance, or books where you read, like, one little something each day. So basically, like, a book for all year. And this is one of those books. It's Daily Meditations on the Feminine Spirit, the Goddess Companion. And so it works you through each day of the year, like March 4th, March 3rd. So you can use it that way, or you can do, like I said, and just open it and flip to a page and receive the guidance there. It's really nice because it has... explore the goddess as envisioned by 68 different cultures through the ages. So all over the world, this has different goddesses from so many different cultures and faiths and all walks of life, and some really cool ones that like you maybe don't hear of all the time. Like here we have Aphrodite and Kuan Yin, which those are popular goddesses. But then we have, let's see, Macha, a goddess of the ancient Irish. I should know her because I'm Irish. Anyway, there's like Latvian goddesses, whatever. It's really good. And it always has like a little quote, or this is also why I like it too, because you get kind of a little sprinkling of different cultures and stuff. Very little sprinkling, but it's cool because it'll be like like here's an Eskimo summer song. So it's like a quote or a part of a poem or song directly related to the culture that particular goddess comes from. So I really like how they do that. And they're usually really pretty, beautiful little quotes or poems. And they're pretty short, so you can read that, and then there's like a little, just kind of something for you to think about. It doesn't actually talk like a ton about the goddesses, but there may be like a little mention of the goddesses here and there, because it is a daily meditations on the feminine spirit. So it may not necessarily be like directly goddess related, but it's definitely the feminine spirit, and it's really cool. So, oh, that's tomorrow. We're not there yet. Let's see. So today, January 2nd, is when I'm filming this. Durga was the goddess mentioned, and it was talking about today about fiercely protecting your truth and expressing your truth. And so it's just really kind of cool things for you to think about each day. You can journal about it. I like to read the entry in the morning and then just kind of like think about it in quiet meditation afterwards, or I'll journal about it with any feelings that come up. So I really, really like this. I got it like halfway through the year last year, so the first half of this is brand new to me. But it's one of those, you can use this forever, even if you already read it kind of thing, just always reach for it. I love this book. And it was The Goddess Companion by Patricia Monahan. Okay, I'll have the link in the bottom. Annie-hosey. So next we have a flower essence. I got this from Kimber Bowers of Loving Light Holistic Wellness. Here's her little card here, and again, I'll have her information down at the bottom. I had a session with her, and she kind of helped me figure out where I had some blocks in my body as far as things that I was trying to like work through and bring into my life at the time. I want to say this was in November that I had the session with her, and then she did a beautiful, beautiful guided imagery, guided meditation with Reiki as well, and it was really, I loved it. And then she sent me 2 different flower essences to use for what I was working through, and intuitively, she said I could do both of them at the same time, or I could work with one essence at a time. And for the first few days, I was using both of the flower essences, but then I kind of intuitively felt like I needed to work with one of them first, and then once that was complete, then I could start working on the second one. So she sent me one is divine manifestation for trying to manifest beautiful things into my life. And this one is pink anthurium. Ooh, that's really bright. Pink anthurium. And this one is specifically for releasing hurts of the past and opening to new life experiences. This one opens the heart chakra and releases trauma or heartache from the past, particularly that associated with male figures, and it reaffirms the love available and the love deserved. So I don't know if you've seen and listened to my podcast, or I don't know if I've mentioned it on some of the videos here. I've been working on my worthiness, feeling worthy of accepting things in my life and feeling worthy of, beauty and happiness and things, and feeling worthy of accepting these things and having success and happiness and good things in my life because of who I am at a soul level, not who I am at a surface level. Side story, I've had some issues with, I'm not even going to go into all this. Anyway, I needed some work with my love, my heart space, and my self-worthiness, and forgiving male figures in my past for only seeing me for the surface. And yeah, just working on that worthiness of accepting good things in my life because of who I am at a soul level. And so this has been awesome. And I kept a journal too with this, and I could feel the shifts going on within me, and it just really helped to heal a lot of that past trauma, which is incredible. It's flower essence, and it's preserved. There's some apple cider vinegar in here, so it's water and apple cider vinegar. And you just put a few drops into a cup of water, like 2 or 3 times a day, and you sip the water slowly, and you envision what it is that you're wanting the flower essence to do. I would also read, it came with this little handy thing, I would read this as well, and just feel all the feels, and I love it. And I just started the Divine Manifestation one for January, so I will definitely be reporting on that. But check out Loving Light Holistic Wellness. That's who I got my little flower essences from, and my guided imagery and Reiki, and it was amazing. It was also really cool. I definitely check her out, because I was like, oh, I've already figured out where my blocks are and all that. But then she was asking me questions, and I was like, holy crap, wait a minute. This is where my blocks are coming from. And it was like totally something that I didn't expect and needed to be addressed. So I definitely suggest checking her out because she was awesome. All right, let's do some cards next. So the 2 card decks that I had been reaching for the most for the month of December is, I have it in this little pouch here, is the Crystal Visions Tarot. So the back of it looks like this. I actually trimmed mine. So this is a trimmed Crystal Visions Tarot. Just in case you haven't seen the cards, I'll show you a few of the cards. Excuse me. It's actually funny. This isn't necessarily artwork that I love. It's kind of like cartoony. And now I'm thinking, did I share this? Have I been using this a lot? Did I share this in my last favorites video? I feel like I might have. Apparently I've really been digging this deck. But yeah, I've really been liking it. I don't really use it for client readings. It's more just for personal readings. But I really like this deck. I especially like it. I use it with my Universal Mind Oracle deck. And then I have another Oracle deck here that I'm going to share that I've been using this a lot with. And it pairs, oh my god, amazingly with it. But here it is. Yeah, it's kind of like cartoony-ish art. But I don't know. I really like the energy of it. It's a really kind of just soft energy. And yeah, I've been living in the heart space lately, and so I think that's why I've been really digging this deck, because yeah, it just has such a such a tender energy to it, and my little heart space has been liking that. So the Crystal Visions Tarot, totally been reaching for that. And then the Oracle deck that I've been reaching for is, I just got it in the month of December, is the Keepers of the Light Oracle by Kyle Gray. Artwork by Lily Moses. I'll show you a few of these too. So basically this is just like Ascended Masters and stuff. But I've been really liking it, and like I said, it pairs gorgeously visually and energetically with the Crystal Visions Tarot. So if you have the Keepers of the Light Oracle and the Crystal Visions Tarot and you haven't put those two together yet, definitely pair them together in a reading. So yeah, it has, I like this deck because it has some characters or deities or people that you don't necessarily see in like a lot of the other decks or books. But then it also has some of the more known ones like Diana. But I really like this one. Again, it's a very loving little deck. It's nothing like fierce or, but I found the cards to be like right on and totally relating to what's going on in my life. Like I haven't pulled a card from this deck yet and been like, what? Like, how does this, you know, because we all pull cards sometimes and it's like, what the hell does this have to do with anything? All the cards I've pulled have been like spot on. And again, I don't think I've used this for clients yet. I think it's just been for myself. I have in my private group, Healing Moon Sacred Space on Facebook, I have pulled a few cards for group readings from this deck, but I don't think I've really used it for client readings. But I definitely suggest this deck. Loving it. Loving it. There is, well, I'm not going to talk about stuff I don't like, but it makes me crazy because there are some decks that, like, I love the artwork, but then every time I pull a card, I'm like, this has nothing to do with anything. And it's not one of those, because sometimes you pull a card and you're like, this has nothing to do with anything, and then it's like a week later, even a month later or something, you're like, oh, that's what that card meant. I have a couple decks. Maybe I'll do a video of that. Let me know if you guys in the comments would like a video on that, of like decks that I just find hard to work with. Because yeah, God, and it's so disappointing because I love the artwork and I want to love the decks, but I'm just like, it's not working for me. All right, so I got an oil and then 2 crystals. So the oil I've been using this for the month of December was the oil Breathe from doTERRA, because if you can even maybe still hear it in my voice, I think it was November I got sick, and I swear to God, like all December I had a cold, and it was ridiculous, and now it's just this weird like lingering thing. But so I was using the crap out of this oil Breathe. I would put it in my diffuser at night with some lavender, and it actually helped me so I wasn't coughing all night long, because this is the respiratory blend. I forgot to say that, but I think you gathered that from the name Breathe. So some Breathe and some lavender in my diffuser, and it kept me from coughing all night long, and it helped me sleep. And I like the oils in this as well. So it has melaleuca, lemon, cardamom, ravensara, eucalyptus, laurel leaf, peppermint. I love the way this smells. But anyway, so I'd put that in my diffuser and I could actually sleep at night and I could breathe. It kept my airways clear. Or I would even just pull it out of like this and smell it right from the bottle. At the beginning of my cold, when I was super stuffy, I would put a couple of drops of this into like a steamy bowl of water and put the towel over my head and breathe it in and then blow my nose, and basically I could breathe. I had a horrible, horrible cold, was so congested, couldn't taste, but I could breathe. So thank God for this. And then I also made it in a little roller bottle to roll onto my chest rather than using like Vicks rub. And my kids also had a cold randomly throughout the month of December, and so I used this for them as well. And it's amazing. Thank God for oils. All right, so the 2 crystals that I was using, I was loving this selenite heart. I don't know if you can see it because of the glare. This is from Fractalista. I got this in one of the months for the Goddess Provisions box. It was in there. Oh, I love this selenite heart. I love selenite. Like, let me show you this. Would you care for a bowl of selenite and bones? A bowl of selenite, anybody? So I have this. I have selenite on my altar. Like, obsessed with selenite. But anyway, I got this heart, and just the pattern on it and the energy from it is amazing. Selenite's a very high vibrational stone, but it's also very like comforting, makes you feel good stone. So I've been holding this for my meditations. I even just hold it sometimes and not even like meditate, or just when I'm doing whatever, watching TV. I'll hold this selenite, and it just really has, I think, helped to kind of raise my vibration and really helped my heart space again. And selenite is really good for all the chakras and for your whole energy body. So I think it's just been really good at comforting me while also helping to raise my vibrations. Because this flower essence, I mean, some stuff comes up, some maybe not so wonderful, pleasant feelings that you have to work through, and we have to work through these unpleasant feelings. You can't just mask your unpleasant feelings and go about your day, because they're still there and they will keep bubbling up until you freaking face them. But selenite, especially, I found this heart, and I don't know if it has to do with like the etching on it or what, but I found this to be particularly just comforting and helping to keep my vibe high while I was processing and working through some of the more difficult things that came up with my flower essence. So Fractalista, oh my gosh, and they have so many other crystals too. You can get selenite with the etchings carved on them, and they have labradorite as well. Absolutely beautiful. And then finally, the last item is my pink Lemurian. It's kind of hard to see the pink on this I'm seeing, but it's pink. I got this. Now I can't remember the name. If I can think of the name, I'll put it in the comments. But it was a shop in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, is where I got this. It's this gorgeous, gorgeous crystal shop, and they have so many beautiful pieces there. It's not like a tourist trap place. It's like a legitimate crystal place, crystal shop, and loved it. So pink Lemurian is... They say it comes from the ancient civilization of Lemuria. That was around the time when Atlantis was around. Lemuria was a little more peaceful and feminine energy, whereas Atlantis was more of the masculine energy. But supposedly before Lemuria fell, they programmed these crystals with information and then like planted them in the earth for us to find later. So if you believe that story, you can go with that. But they're a very awesome energy, and they have the Lemurians there, if you can see it. They have the barcodes, what they call them, on the sides. And basically, to activate these crystals, you meditate with it, and then you rub the barcode while you're meditating. And this just helps to basically kind of like awaken the energy that's been programmed into these crystals. Oh yeah, and this one, I love it. There's so many of the triangles on them. The keys, there's some key, okay, there's all just kind of stuff on this. But anyway, Lemurians, and especially pink Lemurians too, are another one that are a really nice vibrational stone. They're good for all the chakras. They're good for helping you clear out gunk from all the chakras. And where these differ from regular quartz, so regular quartz, you can program it to do whatever you want. So, you get a piece of quartz and you can program it to like, I'm programming this to help me with concentration or whatever. You can kind of do the same with Lemurians, but they are more, they already kind of come programmed, basically. So they're good for like anything and all the chakras and stuff, but it's like each Lemurian piece kind of has its own vibration and its own kind of purpose already programmed into it. And by meditating with the crystal and rubbing on the barcodes, it's kind of like that's how you receive the messages and the guidance and the energy from it. And this one in particular is really good for, you guessed it, the heart space. It's a very loving crystal, this one that I've been carrying around. It's very loving and soothing, but it also is like, I don't want to say aggressive, but it's it's not going to let you, like, not deal with stuff. It's going to be there. It's kind of like the tough love mother. It's going to be there to hug you and to protect you and make you feel good, but it's also going to be like, well, you need to deal with it. So it's a really good crystal for that. And I can really, really totally feel this one in my, I'd kind of like to make it into a necklace. Feel it in my heart chakra. I also feel this one a lot in my third eye and my crown. And again, it's a very loving, but like, I can't think of the word, forceful? That's not it either. Anyway, Pink Lemurian. So that is all I got for you guys. I will talk to all of you later. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Hope you had great holidays, and peace and love, everybody. Toodles.